Good evening and welcome back to Etown News. I'm Ella Kocher.
And I'm Ava Deeter. Spikeball tournament, Etown does pride, and more coming up after this.
Visit the High Library today for a sneak peek at its brand new classification system. This summer, the High Library is turning over a new leaf. Librarians are working to reclassify books from the Dewey Decimal System to the Library of Congress system. The shift will increase browsability and make researching titles a breeze. Check out the sample display on the main floor of the library by the stairs.
Etown continues its early celebration of Pride Month with new events this week. A karaoke night with a queer twist, better known as Queerioke, will take place tonight from 7 to 9 p.m. in Gibble Auditorium. Grab some friends and head over to sing your heart out to some LGBTQ anthems. No judgment, just fun. This Wednesday, April 16th at 4 p.m., headed over to the BSC Birdcage to unleash your inner artist. Rock painting for Pride is back. Paint a Pride themed design or anything you want. Take your rock with you or place it around campus to spread the love.
The Office of Civil Rights, Opportunity, and Access held a social justice fair last Friday in the Bowers Fieldhouse. The event hoped to connect people of all backgrounds through learning experiences, including a resource fair, mini conferences, and workshops. There were many diverse organizations that held a table to promote their causes. Lancaster Chooses Love was in attendance to raise awareness for LGBTQ issues, as was the Asian Cultural Student Association, an on-campus society looking to create a safe space for all Blue Jays. Other groups were there supporting those with disabilities, including Best Buddies, who held their friendship walk last Sunday. The fair was a success as hundreds of students came out to support this great cause.
Come taste food from around the world cooked by Elizabethtown students at the International Family Dinner on April 14th. Saki and Gabbie will be sharing their cooking with the community for the final time before they graduate. The meal will be held in the Bauer Demo Kitchen and will run from 6 to 8 p.m. All students are welcome to attend, but capacity is limited, so make sure to sign up by using the link if you're interested.
Are you a computer science student? Are you interested in system security or INS companies? Come out to the Bowers Writers House this Thursday, April 17th for security, IT design, and virtualization with Mr. Jerry Link. He is the Chief Information Officer for the INS companies and a recipient of the Department of Justice Medal. Jerry Link possesses skills in a variety of areas, having worked in cybersecurity, IT, and forensics. His experience and many unique skills have allowed him to speak at several conferences and even publish his writing. If you're interested in learning from a highly accomplished member of the computer science world, be at the Bowers Writers House at 4 p.m.
Looking for something to do this weekend? Women's Club Soccer is holding a Spikeball tournament fundraiser this Sunday at noon. Teams will compete against each other in a 2v2 game to help raise money for the women. The winner will take home the championship along with $100. The action is taking place at Brinzer Field, so stop by and support your fellow Blue Jays. Now here's Gwen Young with your weekly sports updates.
Thanks, Ella. It was a busy week for Etown Athletics with nearly every spring team in action. Track and field competed in the Millersville Metric last weekend, coming away with hardware from both the men and women. Will Inglis took home first place in the steeplechase, running 9:25, the fourth fastest time in school history. Freshman AJ Sasso also won his event, running a 50.8 400 meter. Derek Kendig, Joey Wacko, Daniel Myers, Marty Ratchford, and Matt Lamb all placed top 5 in their events, as did the 4x100 relay. While the women didn't come away with any gold, there was no shortage of impressive performances. Addison Kleinley placed second in the 800 meter run with a time of 2:21.42. Kate Bendel is now second all-time in Etown history in the long jump after going for 5.22 meters to take second place. She also came away with third in the triple jump with a score of 10.45 meters. Isabella Cowger, Isabel Anderson, and Kirsten Navich were also in their event's top 5, along with the 4x100 and 4x400 relays. While the rest of the team was at Millersville, Kelty Oster traveled to George Mason University to compete in the Dalton Ebanks Invitational. She placed second in the 1500 meter, running an incredible time of 4:27.92. This is an Elizabethtown and Landmark Conference record, as she is now the first female to break 4:30 for the school and the conference. Next up for both teams is the Messiah Invitational this weekend. Softball bounced back after a rough start to their season, going 2-0 against Lycoming last Friday. Jess Dunn had a big day both at the plate and on the mound as she batted in 5 runs, helping the Blue Jays win 6-1. In the second game of the doubleheader, she pitched a complete game, allowing only 1 run to earn her first win of the year. Izzy Akalatis, Emma Dahl, and Hannah Long brought runs across the plate to help beat the Warriors 4-1. The team improved to 5-15 on the season before they take on Juniata tomorrow. Mason Woolwine had a strong game against Moravian, helping Etown baseball beat the Greyhounds 7-1. Woolwine brought in 5 of those runs alongside Sawyer Martin and AJ Lipscomb, who each brought in 1. Lipscomb picked up the win on the mound, pitching 7 innings, striking out 8 batters while only allowing 1 run. The team improved to 15-10 following the win and look to continue their 4-game win streak when they take on Juniata tomorrow. Last Saturday, women's golf traveled to Carlisle, Pennsylvania to compete in the Dickinson Invitational. The team placed 4th out of 7, led by a strong performance by Aaliyah Kennedy. The junior shot a +20 to place 15th, followed by Grace Blanco, who tied for 16th place. Their final invitational before landmarks is next Wednesday at Albright University. Men's lacrosse came away with their 8th win of the season after beating Moravian this past Wednesday. A strong second half from the Blue Jays put the game away, beating the Greyhounds 14-5. Landon Scully, Lucas Gomilio, Reese Levinson, and Finn Kristen each scored 2 goals, while goalkeeper Braden Franey got the win with 12 saves. Next on their schedule is a trip to Scranton to take on the Royals this Saturday at 1. The women's lacrosse team struggled against Moravian last Wednesday, coming up short 12-15. Drew Bridges' 6 goals were not enough to combat the Greyhounds' strong offense that was firing on all cylinders. Despite starting the 4th quarter down by 11, the Blue Jays' rally was not enough to get the win as they fell to 8-4. They hope to bounce back when they host Scranton tomorrow at 1. With just a few days left in the regular season, the Denver Nuggets shocked basketball fans everywhere with their surprise firing of head coach Mike Malone. Malone led the team to an NBA championship just 2 years ago and has them currently in 5th place in the Western Conference. Insiders and experts believed there was tension between the coach and his team, as star player Nikola Jokic appeared increasingly frustrated. Despite their good standing, the Nuggets are 11-13 after the All-Star break and are heading into the playoffs on a weak note. Both the men's and women's NCAA tournaments have come to a close this past weekend, as new champions were crowned. On the men's side, the Florida Gators overcame a double-digit deficit to beat the Houston Cougars 65-63 and take home their 3rd national championship in school history. Houston's Emmanuel Sharp had a chance to tie or win the game, but a costly turnover in the final seconds secured the win for the Gators. UConn made history in the women's national championship game by taking home their 12th title in program history, a new college basketball record. Sarah Strong and AZ Fudd each dropped 24 points in the Huskies' rout to beat South Carolina 82-59. Star guard Paige Beckers put up 17 points in her final collegiate game before she heads to the WNBA. She's currently projected to go #1 overall after winning her first national championship. That's all for sports. Now over to Layla Murphy with your weekly weather watch.
Thanks, Gwen. Welcome to the Weekly Weather Watch, where we cover the weather once a week, rain or shine. I'm your host, Layla Murphy. Today, Friday the 11th, is rainy with a high of 47 and a low of 38. Saturday will continue to have showers with a high of 45 and a low of 40. Sunday, we'll see partly cloudy skies with a high of 62 and a low of 43. It'll be mostly cloudy on Monday, and we'll have a high of 72 and a low of 50. Tuesday will be partly cloudy, and we'll have a high of 57 and a low of 38. Wednesday will be partly cloudy again, and the temperatures will hit a high of 53 and a low of 34. And finally, we will continue to have partly cloudy skies on Thursday, and the day will have a high of 59 and a low of 39. Thanks for tuning in to the Weekly Weather Watch. I'm Layla Murphy. See you next week. Now back to Ella and Ava in the studio.
The stock market continues to fall as a result of President Trump's controversial tariffs. The S&P 500, Dow Jones, and NASDAQ have all dropped over 10% in the past couple of days, hitting their lowest marks since 2020. The economic policy was put in place to increase American manufacturing and exporting, as Trump believes that we have been treated unfairly. A few smaller countries, including Vietnam, Israel, and Zimbabwe, have agreed to drop their tariffs, but it's still a stalemate with the larger countries like Canada, Mexico, and China. After 12,500 years of extinction, the direwolf has officially been revitalized, becoming the world's first de-extincted animal. Colossal Biosciences has successfully created 3 wolf pups using gene editing and cloning technology mixed with DNA found from fossils. The breed is unique for their white coats and were featured in the popular show Game of Thrones. They are being housed in an undisclosed facility with high levels of security to make sure they are properly protected. Colossal is also working towards creating mammoths, dodos, and Tasmanian tigers, but it's unknown if or when we'll be seeing those. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro is investing $20 million into local communities through his Main Street Matters program. This initiative was created by Shapiro's administration to provide relief to both people and companies struggling. The money is going to support economies by funding small businesses and refurbishments to town centers. The finances will be diversified throughout the state, with over $2 million coming here to Lancaster County.
On Monday, 70s new wave band Blondie made a statement on their Instagram announcing their drummer Clem Burke had passed away. The band disclosed that he was diagnosed with cancer, which had led to his death, but did not discuss any more details. Blondie had 8 top 40 hits in the late 70s and early 80s, and was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2006. The band described Clem Burke as not just a drummer, but the heartbeat of Blondie. The unveiling of new Ken doll on Wednesday made history for Mattel. LeBron James became the first male professional athlete to be depicted as a Ken doll. The brand used this doll to launch their Kenbassador series. James was excited, noting the release was an opportunity to recognize the powerful impact of role models who instill confidence, inspire dreams, and show kids that they too can achieve greatness. The doll will go on sale this Monday for $75. In other news, the Minecraft movie had the biggest film debut of 2025. It has earned over $163 million domestically and over $313 million globally since its opening on April 4th. In fact, it surpassed the Super Mario Bros. Movie, giving the biggest video game adaptation opening in box office history. The Minecraft movie stars some big names, including Jack Black, Jennifer Coolidge, and Jason Momoa, who also holds the title of producer. Audiences flocking to movie theaters have been treating the viewing as an interactive experience, with some social media users comparing it to a Rocky Horror. It has gone so far that some theaters have had to release statements warning attendees that anyone shouting, clapping, or throwing popcorn will be asked to leave. The Minecraft movie will be in theaters for the next couple weeks, but if you plan on going, keep your popcorn in your bucket.
That's all for this week, Jays. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at ECTV40 for all the latest updates on our shows. I'm Ava Deeter.
And I'm Ella Kocher. Have a great week, and remember to
Take flight, Etown.